Welcome back, guys, to Series E. Now, unfortunately, we lost Tom, but we have a special guest joining me for our final game of the evening. And we have Luke on the line. Well, that's Luke to me, Shamona, hey to you guys. So, just we're cool like that. We're chill like that. But yeah, he's joining us from live over at the Esports Arena. And Luke, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. We went ahead and just scooped Tom out of here. I figured I'd just jump in here with my boy Jamerson and finish the night out. Tom had a hot date, doesn't wait for anybody. The Apex Legends server is just, you guys get the point. It doesn't matter. I don't need to go into it. But we're here. We're ready for Game 6, and I'm excited to check out who's on top of that leaderboard.
Yeah, that's the most important part right now. Heading into game number 6, our final game of the evening. We need to check in with the Mobile One leaderboard here. And TSM with that win in game number 5. They eke out a lead over Team Sentinels, but not by much, Luke.
Not by much at all. Sentinels obviously right behind him with 61 points. And my boys, Team Rice Krispies Treats, who I said was going to win today, only 13 points behind. So they're almost there. They need to have either a really, really strong game. And of course, TSM and Sentinels dying on spawn would only help the picture.
Yeah, and it's just the top 3, right, that are sharing in our 10K prize pool today. And so for a lot of our middle of the pack teams, first and second place are almost out of reach. But third place isn't really. It's definitely within the realm of possibility for teams like Solafide, Luminosity, NRG, and CLG to have a big game number 6 to make their way onto the podium there.
Yeah, I'm all about that piece for sure. CLG can always have a crazy 20-plus point game and slide into that third place. It's always possible. But we're taking a look at our Mobile One performance, high performance moment, if you will. And we got CLG Lou, or I guess Complexity Lou in this case, in a sick-ass fight here.
Yeah, and this is the fight that they took up against NPL. Now, they tried to punish them earlier on. NPL, just before this, won out a team fight off the back of Bambino coming up a clutch, but CLG came in, stopped him from getting the reses. Later on, he was able to get the respawns, and this is basically a continuation of that third party, essentially. And CLG full committed onto this. Now, Lou did clutch up for the squad, but afterwards, LG ended up pushing them in this position and took them out.
Yeah, that 1v1 clutch at the end there with Lou, obviously his arm shield popping up there at the very end to take those few final G7 shots. Like, that's really what saved him here, right? Like, it was down to that final 1v1. He got ripped of all of his shield, and he was just barely able to survive thanks to that arm shield. So that's why you play Gibby.
He is incredibly strong ultimately, but the low profile, you've got the fortified along with that arm shield, making him extensively tanky. Now we are joining on board with Team Rice Krispies, who, like we said just beforehand, are currently sitting in third place, 10 points behind Team Sentinels, 13 points behind TSM. As soon as they see Sentinels and TSM on the wrong side of the kill feed, Team Rice Krispies can start breathing a sigh of relief and start formulating a game plan. Ultimately, though, here they need to find some kill points early on. But currently, it's all about the looting. They're over here at Geyser and split up pretty far between them and not really finding much. Just the blue armor so far for Stunny.
Yep, and you can obviously see their total kills, average, and damage there on the side. These guys are having an absolute incredible performance today. Hill on the top of that statistics board there. Also new to the team, right? We obviously are all aware of Hill from Team Intel, and now he's here making it happen with Rice Krispies Treats. But we're jumping over with Team Frex, and these guys have also been playing out of their minds today.
I think we should go over Sentinels. Sentinels might be full sending it right now onto them. We saw someone ballooning from Sorting Factory, but it's Team Frex making their rotate now, as we do have a better idea of where the ring is going. It's pretty central, but it's pulling down over to launch site right now. And Sentinels, it looks like they've foregone that and actually going for positioning here for launch site. And this is what Sentinels have been doing. They're playing less like their hyper aggro early game self. They're really been over the past coming months have been really utilizing positioning more than anything else. They spot out someone using the replicator for now, and that was a Gibraltar. Good damage coming out there from Retzi, but he is still caught out in the middle of nowhere. Has to back away as he gets shot from the south side as well from that charge rifle. Both he and Senox, low on the shields, have to heal up.
And you can see Rocker actually takes down Designful somewhere else on the map at the same time here. So it looks like Solafide might be in some hot water at the same time. But Sentinels just hanging out, getting their shields back up after getting a few pops and whatnot. But just healing back up, trying to make sure they can obviously spread out their meds and hit a rotate when they need to. But for now, they're pretty safe just hanging out in this building.
And for this particular ring, this is actually a really strong position to play out of. You have, of course, sight to your north and to your south, and a lot of the collapse is going to be coming from the north hand side. And for Sentinels, the team that's currently in second place, they know that they need to stay active throughout the entire game. They need to keep up with TSM. They need to find the early game kills, as it was NRG that, like you said, we're able to get the knock onto Designful, but Solifide are basically well within thermal station to survive for now. It looks like Designful, though, was caught out in the middle of the train tracks here. Another squad getting involved in this as well, coming from that tree rotate, forcing out Sweet to back away with that Q and rejoin his squad, as Sweet was considering going for that port, but he does not need it. Rocker is just right behind him, but here comes the full send. It's LG trying to push them.
Yep, and they're going to start with some grenades and arc stars. They're coming around the corner here. It's going to be pretty intense. They have that door still for some cover, and here's some pod shots. A lot of high shields they're going to have to worry about. Good damage. Probably going to have to back up. Noko Poco's actually in here. Ace already down, going to a 2v3 now. I'm looking like an escape is going to be needed here.
Oh, high mobility heroes, but no escape, except for Lyric, as he was able to queue out. It was Team Rockstar to pick up some crucial kills for themselves at this point. As now we joined back on board with NRG, go for the full wide swing. They've already gotten a knock onto Sanya and Solifide helping out as well. No trades going down though, so NRG will be able to get the full reset, and that's gonna actually buy an opportunity for Solifide to pick up Designful's banner and get him back into this game. It's CLG now coming all the way from Skyhook, caught out over here on the south side of Frag West.
Yeah.
As they're trying to make this rotate, the pings are going down. It looks like they want a full send onto this team. They're quite far, though. As you can see, that bubble has been used, but the scan is there for Vaxon to give away the positions now. They try to back away with that Horizon Q. No knocks quite yet, but a lot of damage coming out from Madness with that R301 at 2x. Giving some excellent sight now. NRG in another fight. This might be Solifide trying to full commit onto this. Don't know quite yet who is on the other side of this fight. Because NRG have been doing a great job of just full swinging as a squad. A little bit disconnected there, but no, it might be Shame Assist actually, as Solifide gets the knock onto Sumo.
The kill feed is absolutely ludicrous right now, Jamerson. I don't know if you're watching on Aircast and what we're looking at, but people are going down all over the place. Solifide's fighting, everybody can see here. CLG's in the middle of a fight. Lou's already down, but it looks like they are able to clean up Navi and close that fight out. And they're just right back to shooting. You know, we've seen this all the time. It's the last game of the day, and a lot of the times, you know, some of these teams might be a little bit lower on that kill board, and you know that they want as many points as possible, and they are full sending for that final opportunity to get as many points as possible.
Bax doing a great job of holding the line for CLG. Madness was able to port Lou into safety to get that res now as the scan comes out from Bax. The fourth party coming in on this fight. It looks like CLG might have done enough to stabilize at this point, but Madness, throughout all that, took a lot of damage. They do force out the defensive bombardment to be used, as the Phoenix kit will be popped. Never mind, Madness thinks second of it as he goes for that, the battery instead. But from the east, it's Bambino to get his revenge up against Bax. Now, we do have the bubble coming out here with the bubble res being used by NPL, but ZIN are in the area as well. Madness gets cleaned up, and NPL lose out on a kill point as CLG go down in top 16. ZIN will continue to carry this momentum forward as they almost get the knock. There we go. Dracos goes down to Naughty, and there is the scan, one stuck behind the train tracks. It looked like they're able to get back a little bit further and get the thirst onto Dracos. So ZIN will be able to swoop on in for all this loot.
Third party, fourth party, fifth party, here we are. We're climbing up the numbers as everybody is just brawling all out right out before this first circle comes to a close. Only 20 seconds left, not too much time to grab all this loot, but it's not going to hurt too bad. It's just that first ring, so just going to hang out in it, make sure that there's no one trying to get any of that loot, make sure they can stack up on as many meds and shield batteries, etc., ammo, whatever you need as we move into our top 15.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of typical of what we see in our final games, right, Luke? I mean, you've been watching enough Series Z. You've been leading the charge for the production and everything here, and you know exactly what happens in the game number 6. It's everyone just full sending every single fight, which is why we're already down to 15 squads, 44 players remaining. So one squad down to a duo right now as the scan comes out from Naughty. He scans 2 ahead of them. Zach says, you know, we need these kill points, so let's go ahead and just full send this one now as he charges forward on that horizon.
You said it yourself. It's game 6. These guys need every kill point. I mean, seriously, like even like 6th place, they need like 20 kills if they want to get into the money here, or 20 points if they want to get into the money here. So I'm looking at 10 plus kill games at least, plus with the top 3 finish. So we're gonna need to see some crazy action. You can see the circle there. It's moving towards a launch site ending for that final circle with about 2 minutes before that ring starts to move.
Yeah. Flashpoint being gate kept right now. You have to imagine that's still Team Sentinels up there inside that office building. Panders does have that forward position for his squad, who are currently playing the offices on the southwest side of Sorting Factory for now. Panders backs away and just as a precautionary cue to get back to the safety of his squad. There's a team right inside Banana. He's pinned down just for the time being, but he's still in a safe position. EMP will be used by Rambo to give him that opening to rejoin his squad. Seamus, though, here on the west side of the zone, currently playing over at Tree. He should have the NRG coming in for this rotate just to their north right now. Quite possibly aim assist. And we've seen that fight happen before. Shame assist versus aim assist. We'll see who wins out on that one.
Yep, former aim assist, now solo Fide. Obviously, they had an incredible performance in the first game of the day, taking that first W, but haven't seen too much of them since. It doesn't seem like they're going to be surviving, if you will, for that top 3. But oh my gosh, Sumo absolutely shreds this guy with the flatline. That's why flatline is one of my favorite weapons of this season. It absolutely shreds when it is fully kitted out. And then obviously over to Solo Fide, speaking of which, looks like they're taking third-party pod shots from away through 2 bubbles, but going to be putting on a lot of pressure with all kinds of grenades. And oh my gosh, there's so much damage coming out.
Gentrifying? What the hell was that? He is able to sneak in the gravity lift to get Designful out of harm's way, but they are desperate for this KP, maybe a little bit too desperate. They ultimately do get it and force back gentrifying. Results of the cooldowns are gone for now. Resulta might have his bubble very soon. Here's Team Liquid coming in for the third party. Flanker and Hodsick punishing Seamus, who got way too thirsty for these kills. And Hambino now is left as a solo. Perfect timing coming out from Liquid there, but now it's NRG coming in for the third party as they get the knock on to Albra Laley, and he's the one with the mobility. He was the one on the horizon as Flanker charges forward into the bubble, but he gets taken out by Rocker's Mastiff, and Hodsick is the only sole survivor for Team Liquid, limping away in shame, just like Seamus.
That's about what we were seeing. A bunch of rats making it out of these giant team fights, just trying to stay alive and get those placement points. But as we know, those placement points aren't going to be enough for a lot of these teams. So we'll have to see how the TSMs, the Sentinels, and of course Rice Krispie Treats are doing in this final lobby. As I'm taking a look at that kill feed, and it looks like Rockstar does end up going down to Zen. I'm not sure if anyone is still hanging on there, but we're down to our top 13 now as action's kind of slowed just a little.
Just a little, but it still has been an incredibly fast pace here throughout the first 2 rings. The second ring still closing. We're already down to 13 squads, 36 players remaining. So we have 3 players missing across our teams right now
rats.
As NRG are backing away. And yeah, you have the rats that are still running around. TSM are trying to make this full push onto, never mind. I thought this was Flashpoint's position. It's not. They're just to the northeast currently of I believe Sentinels right now. NRG though, they do spot out a team in front of them that are trying to play underneath the train tracks. They think they might have a player kind of pinned down here, but you know, we've got the X-ray to work off of. As oh boy, Sweet gets double peeked there. His armor is cracked. He backs away. Nathan is taking a lot of damage, and he does not have the safety of a Wraith Q to work off of. But he does have the bubble of Rocker going down along with the defensive bombardment for the reset.
Yep, the bubble obviously coming down here so they can get back up. Rocker already losing his shield again and going for another bat. Nathan getting some great Mastiff shots here. Ooh. Oh my gosh, so much damage coming out. Gotta love the Mastiff. Good scan. The bubble is down for safety, but Sweet's not having it. He's taking control of that bubble and closing out some kills. No, he goes down. We're over to Rocker. It's gonna be a 2v2. That's a 2v1. Nathan has 1 shot left, but Rocker is still full HP, but he gets absolutely shredded, but it is enough. He is able to not only become the kill leader, but clutch that kill out. And here comes the third party. Who's it going to be?
Solo Fide, ZIN getting involved as they do go down. So a lot of teams involved in this fight, but it is ultimately ZIN that take them out. And they still have to contend with a team that's up there on the high ground. Honestly, it could be anyone at
I
this
know
point.
you
But
think it's one third party, but then all of a sudden the kill feed says another because they got sniped from here or wherever it is. But just absolute nonstop action here. Shots coming from all over the board. And we're on with Timmy. Haven't seen Timmy too much. It's Timmy's out here hanging out. Has a pretty good spot when it comes to the circle and just looking to kind of see if they can get some building control.
yeah, game one was where we saw the most out of Team Timmy. And I think one of the best performances out of this squad throughout the night. But unfortunately, things have died down a little bit for them here. They're currently on the east side of the zone. You can see Hawkus, even though typically, plays a lot more mobility, plays a lot more of the Wraith for his squad, can easily pick up and change whatever legend he needs to play. I think Alliance has one of the highest abilities to like swap up the legends they need to play
Right.
off of. As it looks like we do have a squad trying to engage upon them. The gravity lift being used. Bronzy backs away. It's TSM who are trying to full send it onto them now. Imperial Hal doesn't have his gravity lift for another 10 seconds, but they have one stuck out on the low ground as they go for a huge peak. 141. Imperial Hal pulls out that Spitfire
God.
to finish off Timmy here. It's a 3v2 in favor of TSM. Currently, our leaders in the lobby after 5 games. They will get the thirst onto Timmy and have control over the east side of the zone. Imperial Hal wants more, though, as he's able to get the spray down onto Hawkus. That is Team Timmy out in 11th place.
That was absolutely crazy. Imperial Hal is cracked out of his mind. I'm pretty sure he hit every shot, even while he was mid-flicking up there to the top of the rocks. Clean sweep, going to pick up some kill points, and that's huge for TSM. You know, TSM, if they would have gone down that fight, it would have really opened up the floodgates for people to be snaking into the first, second, and third slots. But getting some kill points on the board really secures, puts them in a great spot to just coast for a high placement, if you will, and make sure that they're able to secure that top spot.
Massively enough. It's not just the kill points, it's not just the extra placement points, but it's also they picked up some great utility and equipment. There was a gold backpack going over to Reps, so we join on board with ZIN, who were able to finish off the remnants of Team Liquid Hotza going down and the remnants of Sola Fide. Dak able to clap back onto him and
Respect crouch.
showing some Sola Fide to Sola Fide love.
Yeah, gotta hit him with the respect crouches. I feel like I've seen Solafide on the kill board non-stop throughout this whole game, either dying or getting kills. So they just must have kept themselves in the game this long, and you know, they got that top 10. But again, I don't think it's going to be enough. As Zen continues to push forward, getting some easy shots. We're jumping over with Sentinels, who of course is in that top 2 spot, and really looking to see if they can nudge out TSM to grab that $6,000 top prize.
Yeah, it seems like Sentinels tried to get aggressive out of this position here, but now all their barrels are getting cleared and they've completely lost out on one of the best buildings for this circle. They full set up the zip line now. The swaps do come out from those players as we have the Sentinels just completely avoiding that EMP that was coming down on top of them. A little bit disconnected on this push as we have Retzi buying some time with that Q, backs away though, as his teammates were not able to join in and they were not able to get enough damage across their Daltouche throughout all that though, in a fight up against Cooler now as they get the knock and the thirst onto Sir Del. But here comes the full push now. It's the third party now, actually, for Team Sentinels. It's Tooshbags and are here fighting for this building.
Gotta rep the Tooshbags, obviously, arguably, probably the most high-skilled team in the lobby at the moment. These guys have been crushing fights all day long, and it looks like Toosh actually got a knock on Cooler, so we're gonna see if they're able to close him out. Sentinels obviously is pinching this fight at the same time. Huge cracked. Daltouche hitting every shot, not even close. And we're gonna see if Sentinels is kind of pinching them as well, so it's gonna be pretty difficult for Cooler to get out of here.
Now, Cooler do go down, Yuki falling there, but throughout all of that, Yuki was able to get the kill and, the knock and the thirst on to Retzi, I believe. So Sentinels are going to be playing this a man down now. We're down to 7 squads, 18 players remaining as Sung throws down that defensive bombardment, which allows them now to full focus here onto their northeast side. Here comes the full push along with the scans. TSM recovering on the other side. Hal decides to go up with that gravity lift, throws down the black hole, and tries to hold off the Tooshbags by himself. The knock onto Senox, though, is on Sentinels. They were not able to get a knock onto the Tooshbags as they back away. We'll try and reapproach this from another flank, but you know, the jig is up. They've been caught out, and so TSM have missed out on their timings to try and punish Daltouche and his squad.
And I believe that is the last player of Sentinels that just went down, which means TSM, of course, looking really good to be taking home this first place prize. But we have a giant fight going on, TSM versus the Tooshbags. TSM obviously has quite the advantage here with a 3 versus 2 players. TSM Hal does go down. We're in a 2v2 situation with Toosh trying to full heal. He actually pulls off a Phoenix kit, but that allows reps to get the res on Imperial Hal. And it looks like we're going to have a relative reset with a 3 versus 2.
That's what I'm talking about, the gold bag res for reps. But here's the full push out from ZIN as, oh boy, they trade back and forth. Imperial Hal is down. Now it's down to a 1v1 snipe down as tries to survive. But here comes the Tooshbags. They did lose out on Zednim throughout all of that, and ZIN, we'll see if they can get the res. They should be able to pick up the gold bag for that additional HP as well. But here it is, the mobile respawn beacon getting dropped down from Sung. They'll have plenty of time and a lot of loot to work with, as well as Team Frex get in on the kill feed, taking out Team NPL.
So that means we're in a 1v1. We got Team Frex, or not 1v1, I guess 1v1. So you got Team Frex versus Team Toosh, okay? This is going to be, I think, a 1v3 at this point. So it's all on Zenile. No, 1v2. Toosh and Sung versus Zenile here.
Yeah, and they know exactly where he is. The zone's closing in on him as well. Toosh will have another scan in 10 seconds. They just set up a decent crossfire here. They've got the Wraith pinged down, and they have the position completely known. Another scan coming in a second. They've used the Q just to get below them. We'll see the 2v1 drop down in just a moment. They've got to be careful, though. You know,
it's a 3v1
you don't know
now.
if there's a PK on the other side or whatnot, but here it is, the drop down. As they're going for the chase, they waited for Zednim to get back in. He's going to go in for the melee kill, pushes him into the zone with that one, and Tooshbags will take the win in game number 6.
I wouldn't have it end any other way, guys. The series event, $10,000 invitational, the Tooshbags coming out on top with, of course, those beautiful melee kills to close it out. My whole entire production room behind me is literally chanting Toosh just over and over again. So let me see those bags in chat, boys.
Now, was it enough to get the bag, though? We'll find out, as we do have to tally up the leaderboard. Remember, with $10,000 on the line, it's our top 3 that are placing into the money. 6,000, 3,000, 1,000. I forget.
You got it.
Yeah, you know this one, Luke. Oh, did I?
Yeah,
oh,
you did. 6-3-1. You got it.
All right. We're going to go ahead and take a short break. When we get back, we'll be able to announce our winners for our Series E 10K right after this.
Hey, I'm Strictly, and I'm a player for Team Cheez-Its, and we don't miss shots. Team Cheez-Its, baby.
Get tagged for about 30 HP, but Strictly is here to back him up. Although, Barrow goes down, and just the hipfire on that flatline takes out Farmer Lucas, pulls out the Eva 8, as Strictly will get the thirst onto Farmer Lucas, now throwing in more barrels there, and Blight, I don't know how much longer he's going to be able to survive. Now he goes...
Dude, right where Hakulo is, they need to drop armors right here and put multiple armor swaps and then take a fight and bait people with the armor swaps. That's the only chance that they have raid to drop their armors. They're probably just going to try to do a bubble play, which they elect to do. And there's the climb up. All players sitting over towards the top. A great 104 coming in. Multiple nades coming through. I love the shots coming in from Hakulo. Looks like they're doing a great job staying alive. And Team Razor, are you kidding?
And Zeratricky gonna get the initial knock. Bubble gonna go down. Looks like that's gonna be already goes down. Hakulo with the 2x gold barrel stabilizer is absolutely no joke. Laying down about 100 damage before he only takes 125. That player's still down. The rest of the team gonna be able to push over here. Expect something big coming in.
Now sitting with almost no armor, using that headshot angle extremely well, though, as Tempest gets the knock onto Stunny. They finish off Sung. A lot of damage, throws down a good nade for himself as Tempest comes in with that bolt, gets the knock onto Rolders, almost gets the second here, goes for a repeat with that arm to Aves, and now it's a 1v2. Tempest is a one-man wrecking machine. Look, has not been stunted at all. It's Team Intel in a fight, though.
But that was a fairly close one. And they're fortunate that there's a lot of teams that have already been taken out as we take a look at another fight that's happening over towards the opposite side.
Who have themselves in a fight up against Team, I believe that's Team Rez. And Tempest, once again, Welcome back, guys, to Series E. Sorry for the extended break, but we had to make sure, of course, we dotted all of our I's and crossed all of our T's there, adding up the math. That makes no sense. Anyhow, let's take a look at the high performance leaderboard for the night to find out who our top 3 podium spot winners are. So we have $10,000 on the line, and in third place is going to be Team Rice Krispies. Unfortunately, despite that win in game number 6, Team Daltouche do not make it into the top 3. It's Team Rice Krispies, Team Sentinels, and Team Solo Mid winning out the day. $6,000 going their way, Luke.
After watching that game, TSM taking home that first place is no surprise. Hal was doing some crazy Horizon stuff. That's just, his Horizon is absolutely different, I'll tell you that. Sentinels really securing that second place spot, and I love seeing a Series E team be able to slide into that money, right? Rice Krispies, brand new roster, coming in hot, taking home $1,000, and the storyline has to be Daltouche, though, right? I mean, come on, the Tooshbags, the 6th game, like that was just so epic, and actually the fact that he was this close to sliding into that cash, you just gotta love to see it.
Yeah, it's awesome to see. It's definitely awesome to see here. Congratulations, of course, TSM, Sentinels, and Rice Krispies there. Let's take a look at the mobile one high performance moments for that final game. It's hard to tell because there was so much action taking place here, but these were some incredible massive shots coming up from Nathan.
And we saw this fight from NRG just go so just fantastically. Sweet came through here, pushed so much pressure, forced them out of the bubble. I know he closes this out with 2 massive shots straight to the dome. But he actually goes down there. I guess I didn't watch his clip as closely as I thought.
Now, it was just surprisingly enough because, like, as Sweet tries to find the next target, he finds the Wraith who had just gone to bat off in time. But ultimately, Team Razor do go down. NRG survived throughout all of this. NRG ended up in 5th place with 44 points, so just 1 point behind Team Daltouche there. And honestly, if they could have maybe made it to the end with how they were going, there was another shot for them to actually get into 3rd place as well.
Yeah, at the end of that high performance moment, nailed it first try. If they would have able to fully stabilize and not obviously get picked off by the 3rd or the 4th party, whichever one of those it was, I totally agree. They might have been able to even snake that 3rd place spot. But nonetheless, the Rice Krispies, the boys themselves, managed to slide in. It must have been all the sugar.
Yeah, and I think this is really a testament more than anything else to basically what we set out to do here for Series E. I'm glad that we were able to have this 10K event, which basically, I mean, we're this close to an OT prize pool. I mean, 1st place walking away with $6,000. That is an OT winning at this point. We're getting to show that we're able to develop talent if you provide them the tools and the kind of platform to do so. So Rice Krispies really showing up today.
Absolutely. Thanks so much for casting with me today, Jamerson. It was an absolute blast. Here from the Esports Arena Orange County studio, myself and Spirits are here just having an absolute blast. This $10,000 Invitational was a good middle ground between Season 1 and Season 2 to really get you guys excited coming up to Season 2 here. $750 per player. So many fantastic partners involved in this incredible experience. And there's just more great news to come. We're going to have our draft day and what Shane loves to call roster mania coming at you guys live March 3rd, and that's going to be an absolute blast. And of course, moving straight into Season 2 with just another fantastic season of Apex Legends. So we just want to thank you guys all so much for hanging out with us throughout this 10K, and of course, more action to come. Shane, what do you got?
I mean, I just can't believe that Tooshbags actually got 4th in that last game. That's incredible that Toosh was actually able to win that one out. I mean, just GG's all around. I mean, as you can tell, the studio was literally screaming. Everyone in the production studio was screaming at the top of their lungs when Toosh took that last game. So just much love.
Well, that's pretty much everything you got from us here at Esports Arena. Shane, myself, the entire production facility, Jamerson, Tom, everybody all around the world. Thank you guys so much for hanging out and watching us tonight. We will see you guys on Tuesday for the next qualifier.